very good evening. Welcome to News at 9 live from the newsroom of Rupavahini.
I'm Lanka.
And I'm Rohan Mendis. Let's move on to the headlines first. The President says that everyone should rally round to defeat separatist powers. All propaganda activities in the upcoming Provincial Council elections end at midnight tonight. The Alliance predicts a landslide victory in the northwestern and central provincial polls with two-thirds power. KP appeals to the people in the north to reject the Tamil National Alliance. Tony Abbott has been sworn in as the new Prime Minister of Australia. Now for the news in detail. President Mahinda Rajapaksa says that certain powers were trying to win the election fueling racism and inciting religious feelings. They were making attempts to do anything to break the national amity while reiterating that he will never allow to divide the nation protected by him. The President also called upon the people to join hands to defeat all powers against the country. The President made this request when he addressed the victorious mass rally of the Alliance at the city of Kandy today. It was organized to ensure the victory of Alliance candidates contesting the Central Provincial Council election from the Kandy district. Addressing massive crowds in Kandy, the President noted that he walked into E.L. Senanayake Children's Park. The son of Mr. Senanayake has also failed to develop the park. Mr. E.L. Senanayake was the first mayor of Kandy and he was also a parliamentary leader, speaker. He should be honored by the UNP. Such a UNP is making statements against us. Our mayor has taken measures to develop this beautiful children's park. He has not considered about the name of the park. That was our attitude. Some people were making statements in foreign countries asking them not to provide aid for development. He asked as to who staged a protest demonstration opposite a bank demanding them not to give a loan. These political leaders have urged an overseas bank not to give loans to the country. This demand was made at a time where the country was in a war without a bullet or a gun. There were friendly countries to Sri Lanka and they worked with us. They extended their support. It has helped us to win the war. We urged the people to give us the mandate and they have given it. This mandate was fulfilled by us to the letter. The Alliance is essentially completing the task if it promised to do so. It will not give false promises. In the recent past, we said that we will never allow to divide the country. Even today, we are saying that we will not allow to divide the country. Tomorrow, even if Prabhakaran has failed to do so, he said, the President said that people in the area have a responsibility to give a message to the whole world stating that this is the decision of the upcountry and the northwestern province.
අපි මේ සන්දානේ ඉන්නේ මේ සන්දානේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා නිදහස් පක්ෂය ඇතුළු මේ සියලු දෙනාම අනිකුත් පක්ෂ සන්දානය අපි කිව්වොත් ඒ වැඩේ කරනවායි කිව්වොත් කරනවා වැඩේ කරන්නේ නැහැ කිව්වොත් ඒත් කරන්නේ නැහැ කියන එක පැහැදිලිව කියනවා ඒ වගේ තමයි අපි රට බෙදන්නේ නැහැ කිව්වා නැහැ කියනවා හෙට බෙදන්න දෙන්නෙත් නැහැ ප්‍රභාකරන්ට බැරි වෙච්ච එක 21 වෙනිදාට දමුන්නාන්සේලාගේ යුතුයකමක් තියෙනවා මුළු ලෝකෙටම පණිවුඩයක් අරින්න මෙන්න මේක තමයි කන්ද උඩලට තීන්දුව මේක තමයි කන්ද උඩලට තීන්දුව මේක තමයි වයමේ තීන්දුව කියලා පැහැදිලිව කියන්නේ
Prime Minister D.M. Jayaratna, Ministers Tissa Vitharana, Professor G.O. Piris, H.M. Fauzi, Dinesh Gunawardhan, Nima Siripa, Disilva Keheli, Rabukwela, Pavitra Vanya, Rachi, Rohita Abe Gunawardhan, Dylan Pereira, Vimal Veeravansa, Mahindana, Danutgamage, Lakshman Yapa Abe Wardana, Kandi Mayor Mahinda Ratwatta, and several people's representatives were present.
Meanwhile, several ministers expressed their views at the mass rally held in Kandy today under the patronage of the President. Minister Mahindananda Aludgamage said that we have seen the affection of the people on the President when he attended mass rallies in 3 provinces. He said that he has the fullest confidence that the alliance will win in these 3 provincial polls. Former Chief Minister Sarath Ekanayake said that
हेटा इरा पायनो वगे विश्वासයි 22 උදේ වෙනකොට මේ පළාත් තුනම දිරන්නේ සන්තානය කියන එක වගකීමකින් මේ ඓතිහාසික සංකල්පගල පුරවරේ ඉඳලා මම කියනවා.
Former Chief Minister Sarath Ekanayake said that roads have been built laying carpets in many villages of the country. This initiative was taken by the President for the benefit of the people.
ත්‍රිවීලර් එකකින් යන්න අපේ අධිකරු ජනාධිපතිතුමා අපිට සකස් කරලා දීලා තියෙනවා. ප්‍රාදේශීය සභා
Minister Rohita Abegunawardena said that the UPFA will definitely win if there is Pradeshi Sabha, provincial council or parliamentary election held in the country. He added that it was not a big thing to win the central, northwestern and northern provincial polls for President Mahinda Rajapaksa, who won the 2 general elections and presidential elections.
කච්චක් නෙවෙයි කියන එක අපි මතක් කරනවා මිත්‍රවරුනි.
Minister Dinesh Gunawardhan pointed out that the opposition has become a non-party. There was no political policy for them. It has no political aim as well. The United National Party has become the unsuccessful opposition party without a strength like an old car with obsolete parties.
කෑලි හෙලන කාර් එකක් වගේ කෑලි හෙලි එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂය අසාර්ථකම විරුද්ධ පක්ෂය බවට පත් වෙලා තිබෙනවා. ගයක් ගන්න ගිහිල්ලා ගමක් ගන්න.
Minister Pavitra Vanyaraja said that the program against the country will be defeated and the people's support is with the President. This message should go to the international community, she said.
ජනතාවගේ සහයෝගය ජනාධිපතිතුමා එක්කයි කියන පණිවිඩය ගෙන යාමේ සම්පූර්ණ අභියෝගය ජය ගැනීම තමුන්නාසයට බාරයි. හැමදාම අපි
Minister Nima Siripala De Silva said that early elections were contested, making false promises. But now we are asking the vote for the people after developing the area and for the peace restored in the island. The President and the UPFA have ended the politics of promises.
එක්සත් ජනතා නිදහස් සන්ධානය පොරොන්දු දේශපාලනය අවසන් කරා.
Minister Vinod Veeravansa pointed out that everyone should ensure that they will build the power of the people under the leadership of the President, similar to his efforts to end the brutal Tiger terrorists and their separatism. We should give this pledge opposite the sacred tooth relic, he said.
The United People's Freedom Alliance says that the party will record victory in the upcoming 3 provincial polls. Representatives of the alliance noted that over 2/3 majority of mandate is 100% sure for the UPFA in the Northwestern and Central Provincial Council elections. Representatives of the party told a media conference in Colombo today that there was no doubt of the alliance victory in the Northern Provincial Council election as well. Minister Vasudeva Nanayakkara said that the Tamil National Alliance manifesto was against the constitution. He noted that they are demanding a self-determination, which means an ability to take decisions independently. It is against our constitution, he said. The power of sovereignty to the north initiates a separate state. Only the central government has the sovereignty of power. No one will be given anything against our constitution. No powers except the power determined by the President and the Parliament will be given. All powers given to provincial councils in the south will be given to the north as well. Chief Minister of the Western Province Prasanna Ranatunga pointed out that the United National Party has already accepted defeat. The statement of this Sattanayaka shows this after the election has been prepared. He will make the statement claiming that the election has misled the people and it was not asked by the people. Mr. Sattanayaka is going to say that the election was not a fair one. Media spokesman of the National Freedom Front, Mohammed Muzammil, quoted the TNA chief ministerial candidate as saying to international community that Tamils could consider this election as a mandate to win their rights. This statement clearly indicates a pressure on a vote for Tamil Elam. He is trying to use this election to highlight this matter, distorting the truth. He called upon Sinhala, Tamil and Muslim people living in northwestern and central provinces to show that they will never allow anyone to implement Tamil Elam manifestos. He appealed to the people to act in a cautious manner as there were various activities to break the friendship and unity among Muslim community.
Kumar and Padmanathan, KP appealed to the people in the north to reject the Tamil National Alliance, which is making an attempt to darken the community life in the north. He added that the TNA Provincial Council election manifesto was gravely detrimental to Sri Lanka. A former LTD strongman, KP, expressed these views at a media conference in Kilinochchi today. He reiterated that election manifestos such as the one presented by Tamil National Alliance were not needed for the country at present. It had stronger demands than the Vadukode resolution released in 1970 and was harmful for the country. It also includes proposals made by the Tiger organization in Oslo. Kumar and Padmanathan has accused the Tamil National Alliance for trying to push Tamil youths into war again.
දෙමළ තරුණයන් නැවතත් යුද්ධයකට තල්ලු කිරීමට දෙමළ ජාතික සන්ධානයේ ප්‍රයත්න දරන බවට කුමරන් පද්මනාදන් චෝදනා කරයි.
Padmanathan called on the TNA to work for the people. It is enough for their personal earnings and for their families. Family members of TNA politicians are living in foreign countries in freedom. He appealed to them to mete out justice for young groups who destroy their lives in the war. To their request, TNA should not mislead the people again through false propaganda campaigns. He said that he likes to sincerely point out to Tamils that the TNA is again trying to push the people into dark era. He added that his wish is to see better lives of the people through this election. Therefore, he called upon them to reject the TNA in the upcoming provincial poll.
Well, the Tamil National Alliance Vavuniya Urban Councillor M.S. Kumaraswamy has joined the Sri Lanka Freedom Party. He met Minister Tissa Karliada at Vavuniya UPFA election steering office yesterday. Mr. Kumaraswamy has served as a Tamil National Alliance activist since 1994. His coordinating officer Saji Kumar also joined the Sri Lanka Freedom Party yesterday. Tamil National Alliance Vavuniya Urban Councillor M.S. Kumaraswamy said that they will support the government at this moment because the government was with us and it was instrumental in building libraries for the people in the area. Therefore, they have decided to support the government. TNA is not looking after us and they are not doing anything for us, he said.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa says that the country has achieved self-sufficiency in rice owing to government's correct economic policy. The present government has strengthened and empowered farmer community with great confidence. Therefore, the country has gained self-sufficiency in rice, said President Rajapaksa at the opening of the rice processing centre at Naula in Matale today. The Higuana Agro Private Limited has spent 500 million rupees to set up the rice processing centre and rice flour production plant. It has all facilities to process rice in a scientific manner. The daily capacity is in the region of 80 metric tons of paddy. Over 400 direct employment opportunities have been created. The rice produced at this centre is issued to local and foreign markets. Another aim is to promote rice flour production industry. Addressing the ceremony, President Rajapaksa said a new era has been emerged where there is a confidence on local economy. He added that Sri Lanka became self-sufficient in the recent times. This was because of our economic policy. The government has focused special attention on farmer community and they were given responsibility keeping confidence on them. Farmers have fulfilled the responsibility to the letter. There was an era where people waited till the arrival of a ship carrying flour or rice. But this era has been distant from us, he added.
අපි ඔවුන්ට ඒ වගකීම පැවරුවා. ඔවුන් අපිට ඒ වගකීම හරියාකාරව ඉටු කරලා දුන්නා. පිටි නැව එනකන් හාල් නැව එනකන් අපි බලාගෙන හිටියේ යුගයක් තිබුණා අපිට. ඒ යුගය අපෙන් ඈත් වුණා.
Minister Nimar Siribal de Silva, SB Disanayaka, Mahinda Yapabe Wardana, Vijay Muni de Soisa, Deputy Minister, Nandi Mitra Ekanayaka, Rohana Disanayaka, Parliamentarians Lakshman Vasanta, Ranjit Soisa, Lohan Ratmatha, Kamala Ranatunga and the Chief of President's Staff, Gamini Senarath were present.
The E.S. Senanayaka redeveloped Children's Park in Kandy was ceremonially opened at a ceremony presided over by President Mahinda Rajapaksa today. The redeveloped Children's Park, established in memory of the late E.S. Senanayaka, is a gift to the historic city of Kandy on behalf of children. A sum of over 10 million rupees was spent for redevelopment activities. The dedicated children's park, built to value public services of the late E.S. Senanayaka as a former minister, governor and mayor of Kandy, was opened by the late Prime Minister Dalli Senanayaka on the 15th of March 1969. The present Kandy Mayor Mahinda Ratmatha was instrumental in redeveloping the park, which was neglected for some time, and invested it in children. The redeveloped children's park was opened by the President in the presence of Ministers S.P. Disanayaka, Mahinda Aludgamage, Governor Tikiri Kobbekadu, parliamentarians Dilum Amunugama Lohan Ratwatha, and the Chief of President's Staff, Gamini Senarath.
අපේ ගෞරවනීය සුපි අපි පුද කරනවා. මේ මහනුවර නගර සභාවේ
Well, 5 petitions have been filed at the Supreme Court urging the judiciary to declare that the Tamil National Alliance Provincial Council election manifesto indicates their aim on a separate state. These petitions were accepted by the Supreme Court today. Notices were issued to the General Secretary and the Chairman of the Tamil National Alliance. The court ordered to make relevant submissions with regard to these petitions on the 2nd of October. Legal experts point out that in the circumstances, the legality of the Tamil National Alliance manifesto has been challenged.
The government said that over 300 million rupees have been spent during the last 4 years for the development of the northern province. These funds have been utilized for the development of infrastructure facilities, including roads, health, electricity, water, education and housing. In order to uplift the living standards of the people battered by the terrorist atrocities for 3 decades, the government launched the Utturu Vasante program. Under this measure, fruits of development being enjoyed by the people in other areas of the country were provided to the people in the north as well. Several schools in the north were destroyed due to terrorist activities. These schools have now been reconstructed with modern facilities. More than 200,000 students are now receiving their education at these schools. The number of schools developed in this manner amounts to around 900. Electricity has been supplied to more than 50% of the areas of Mullaitivu and Kilinochchi districts, which were totally without electricity supplies. 82% of the areas in the Vavuniya district have been provided with electricity. It has been increased up to 84% in the Jaffna district. 30,000 drinking water wells were renovated under the Utturu Vasante program. The government has spent 33,000 million rupees for the provision of drinking water and sanitary facilities. The people of the province thank the government for this huge development work carried out within a short period. Some of the people in the north said that it is surprising to see whether the North that existed 3 decades ago is existing at present. They said that the northern province was shattered into pieces and thousands of people were killed. Because of the president, the province has now been rebuilt and they are happy to have a president like Mahinda Rajapaksa to help them, and they pray for his long life. A huge road development work has been carried out in the northern province and the transport services have also been improved. The train service to Kilinochchi was also started recently. The people displaced by terrorist activities have now been settled in new houses and they have recommenced their normal life activities. The secretary to the Presidential Task Force, SB Divaratna, said that the Uttara Vasante program has now come to its concluding stages. Secretary to the Presidential Task Force, SB Divaratna, said that due to the development activities carried out by the government, the contribution from the northern province to the GDP has significantly increased. Mr. Divaratna gave these details in a media conference held to enlighten the masses about the national development programs. It was held at the Ministry of Mass Media and Information today. The Secretary to the Ministry, Dr. Charit Herath, also attended the media conference.
Well, today is the 5th day of the Colombo International Book Exhibition. Large crowds visited the BMICH to view this exhibition.
Today is the 5th day of the Colombo International Book Fair being held at the BMICH premises. The exhibition was held for the 15th time. A large number of people are visiting the exhibition, and according to organizers, more than 350,000 people have participated in the exhibition. So if you have not yet visited, come visit. It's been open for you till the 22nd of this month from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. The official TV presenter is Rupavahini, and do not forget to visit our stall, Ru Entertainment of Rupavahini. With that, I'm Masha Dharmawardana for Rupavahini News from BMICH.
All election campaigns and propaganda activities in the upcoming provincial council elections will end at midnight today. The Northwestern, Central and Northern Provincial Council elections will be held on the 21st of this month. The Commissioner of Elections, Mahinda Deshapriya, said that propaganda activities to promote any candidate of a political party or an independent group are completely banned over electronic and print media. The final mass rallies of political parties and independent groups ended today. Reports of these mass rallies are permitted to publish and broadcast or telecast only on Thursday, the 19th.
Well, the Samudra Development and Agriculture Research Production Assistant Officers Union has filed a fundamental rights petition at the Supreme Court today against a circular issued by the Elections Commissioner Mahinda Deshapriya. The Election Commissioner's circular has issued a directive on how to report for duty to relevant divisional secretariats by Samruddhi officers in central, northern and northwestern provinces on the date of the provincial poll. The circular was sent to relevant district secretaries and provincial secretaries. The Samruddhi Officers Union claims that their fundamental rights have been violated by a directive that they should sign in the attendance registers on arrival and exit as well as in the afternoon. The petition will be taken up for hearing on the 2nd of next month. Notices were issued to the Elections Commissioner to appear before the Supreme Court on that day. Five former rehabilitated LTT members entered into wedded life on the same day. The group wedding ceremony was held at Kilinochchi Mullaitivu Joint Army Command Headquarters on a grand scale today. This special feature was the wedding of Harsha Nuwan Ratnayaka, an officer of the Civil Defence Department, with former LTT female cadre Premaratnam Sugandhini. A powerful former LTT member Murugaya Sashikumar entered into wedded life with former LTT female cadre Jayarasa Mary Babila. Parliamentarian Nama Rajapaksa and the Director General of Civil Defence Department, Rear Admiral Anand Piris, were the special guests at this ceremony.
40 Nanasala knowledge centers have been established in the Jaffna district with the aim of taking information technology to villagers. Minister Ranjit Siyambalapitia declared open 21 Nanasala centres, including such centres in Point Pedro, Nallur, Chavakacheria, Nagadeepa, Derv Islands, Arali and Karinagar. It will provide internet facilities for over 1 million rupees in the north. A sum of 1.5 million rupees each was spent to set up Nanasala centres. It is being used as information technology training centres. Minister Ranjit Siyambalapitia said that the aspiration of the government is to see the empowerment of children with knowledge. New Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott has brought his policy on asylum seekers into force and promised swift action on the rest of this program. The new policy of turning boats carrying asylum seekers back to Indonesia began after Mr. Abbott's swearing-in ceremony in Canberra today. All asylum seekers arriving in Australia by boat are now to be towed back to Indonesia by the Navy, where it is safe to do so. The policy has been criticised by human rights groups. Mr. Abbott has also promised to move quickly to scrap a tax on carbon emission introduced by Labour. His Conservative coalition won a comfortable lower house majority in the September election, ending Labour's 6 years term in office. Mr. Abbott has also pledged to continue a Labour policy of sending all asylum seekers arriving by boat to Papua New Guinea for processing and resettlement if found to be refugees. Those deemed to be refugees will be limited to temporary protection visas, which must be regularly renewed.
And that's where we end tonight's edition on Rupavahini News. Together with Sanani and Javid, I'm Rohan Mendis saying thanks very much for watching. Good night.
Good night.